You may have many reasons not to go to church. Indeed, many people stopped attending during the recent pandemic. As many as 1/3 of churchgoers by some estimates. You may be one of them. But this book aims to help you rediscover church. Or maybe it can help you discover for the first time why God wants you to make a priority of gathering with and committing yourself to the local church. Simply put, a Christian without a church is a Christian in trouble. We're long past the time when we could assume even that dedicated believers in Jesus Christ understood why they should bother with church. The number who identify as Christians is far larger than the number who attend a weekly meeting. Even then, the bulk of the serving and giving in our churches tends to be done by only a few. So it's not as if COVID-19 suddenly convinced Christians they didn't need church. Millions had already made that decision, even before gathering involved online registration, social distancing, and masks. COVID-19, however, accelerated the long-trending separation between personal faith and organized religion. The shutdowns caught all of us by surprise in their sudden onset and indefinite duration. And it's hard to get back in the habit once it's been broken for more than a year. That problem is not unique to church. Try getting back to the gym when you've been scared to darken the doors for months. Resuming church attendance would be hard enough if our only problem were that a deadly disease kept us apart much longer than many expected. But fear of contracting COVID-19 might be the least of the reasons that convinced many Christians to stay away from church. Debates over masks, vaccines, and much else divided church members trapped in their homes and glued to Facebook feeds filled with dire warnings and conspiracy theories. Christians liked each other a lot more before social media. Take away the unifying experience of weekly worship together under the same roof, and the bonds of affection have frayed. But that's not all. Recent elections, for American readers at least, might have been even more divisive. How can Christians worship alongside voters with such different priorities? Sure, Christians might share the same views on the Trinity, baptism, and even eschatology. But what good is that when we feel more in common with our political allies who might not even be Christians? The same goes for the causes of racial unrest. Why can unbelieving neighbors see the solutions so clearly, we might wonder, when the couple we used to sit behind at church every week promotes such ignorant and even dangerous views in their public postings? It's enough to make many think they could never be safe or comfortable returning to that same church. And don't ask about pastors. They've heard our complaints. Why didn't they reach out to check on us while we were locked down at home? How did they even spend their time during the pandemic? The online sermons were lackluster when anyone bothered to tune in while distracted by stir-crazy children. Anyway, regular pastors can't compare to the courageous leaders who tackled the issues head-on in TV interviews and articles. Plus, the pandemic made it easier than ever before to watch other pastors' online sermons without guilt and skip our own church. We knew that no one would ever know the difference, since we couldn't see our pastors in person anyway. Yes, we all have many reasons not to go back to church. In fact, many churches don't expect us to ever come back. They're launching virtual churches and hiring virtual pastors. No need to wake up early on Sunday. No need to put on pants. No need to search for a parking spot. No need to tune out other people's crying babies. No need to make small talk over bad coffee with the person whose politics disgusts you. No need to stifle a yawn through a long sermon. No need to taste the bread and the wine.